Oh yeah. And now from North Platte High School Studio B, welcome to Bulldog Banter, where students, stakeholders, and alumni come together to traverse the transformative power of education. This week's episode sponsored by the North Platte Public Schools Foundation and the Flower Market.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Bulldog Banter. I'm Madi Hildebrand.
I'm Reagan Lampy.
And this is the podcast where we talk about all things North Platte.
And do fun stuff.
Today we're here with Abby Kemper and Meredith White,
the new NPHS varsity tier coaches. Hello, guys. Thank you for coming on our podcast today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
All right, guys. That was really hard. Okay.
There's a lot of buttons to press over there.
Anyway, so to start, how did you guys get the job here?
Yeah, how did this come about?
Good question. How did we get this job? So it started 10 years ago. No, I'm just kidding. A lot of experience. They didn't just pluck us off the street out of nowhere. We found the opening. We didn't even know each other before getting this position. And we found the opening for the cheer coach position. Mm-hmm. And I just moved here in June. I think Meredith moved here.
I moved here, let's see here, 2 Aprils ago. So I've been here almost 2 years now.
Yeah, so we're still new to the community, but obviously not new to cheer and the experience. And I think it just called us. I don't know, we were in the right spot at the right time.
We were, yeah. My boss came up to me one day. He knew I cheered at Nebraska, and he's like, hey, I think North Platte needs a cheer coach. I was like, oh, okay.
So
here we are.
Did you guys just meet each other because you both went out for the position, or how did that work?
Yeah, so I guess when I got the call from Mr. McCoy saying that I had the head coach position, and he's like, there's somebody else who applied, and we think she's super great. We really love her. We just need you to meet her too to see that if you would work well together. And so we met up at the espresso shop. And I think I said okay before because she's obviously, how can you say no? But she texted me and was like, if you'll have me. I'm like, one, okay, look at your experience, girl. If I would have you, of course, we need you. And then we met at the espresso shop. And it was kind of it was perfect how her and I got together and just how we complement each other. What I lack, she has everything I lack.
Yeah.
She has everything I lack. So it's really good. It's a great team.
Yeah.
So obviously this week is tryout week. How has that been? Well, the last 2 weeks it's been tryout week.
Super exciting and impressive. Mm-hmm. I didn't know what to expect. I mean, obviously I set my standards very high, and so does Meredith. And we have high expectations, high standards, and I expect everybody to give me my best because that's what I give. And it's just exceeded that. And that's hard to do for me because I mean, they're high.
My husband was like, okay, remember, you need to remember they're in high school and this is new to them. And I was like, okay. And then I walked out the first day. I was like, wow, they were way better than I expected.
Yeah.
It's been going so good.
Same.
You're doing great.
The response too in the community has been probably better. That's also been better than I expected. But also very encouraging and exciting because you can see that the community is behind Meredith and I coaching and being new to the community. I didn't know what to expect there either because I didn't know. It was who are these girls? What do they have and why should we trust them? Or if I don't know, just questions of experience and
for sure.
But there was none of that. It was really right when we were announced, it was just overflowing of encouragement and support from the community.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys definitely have a lot more experience than any other cheer coaches we've had. I mean, when my sister did cheer, the cheer coach, she was just a second grade teacher. Nobody's actually yeah.
That is true. But I understand how you would pick somebody from the school systems and the workplace because they know the kids, they know the drill, they know the handbook, they know what's the games, they're already there. And it's they took a risk on us, they really did. And what they saw in us, it's just a compliment to obviously our experience but also our character because experience is one thing, but they had to accept us into their school system and trust us that we were going to do a good job and we weren't going to just tank it or, yeah, you know?
Yeah, it is a lot of trust when they don't know us coming in at all, and we're not from here, and we are not in the school system to just let us go for it together. Here we go.
Free reign. They're like, your team.
They only know what we've told them. But that's
Oh, gosh. Yeah, ChatGPT did my resume. No, I'm just kidding. I joke. I love that.
ChatGPT does some good stuff. So
we use
some good stuff.
ChatGPT for like a bunch of our projects. Like if we need ideas or help writing stuff, like we're gonna use ChatGPT because obviously it's smarter than we are. Like,
Did you see this? There was this reel that was like in 2060 or something, like teenagers trying to communicate, and they're like, ooh, because ChatGPT like has done everything for them. And I was like, that's honestly me, because I'm like, I will type out a whole thing, and I'm like, rewrite. Make this sound so much better than this.
but like it's so helpful.
It really
It's a
is.
great source.
I'm not gonna lie, I did use it for my cover letter.
Yeah.
Not my resume. I did do it.
Well,
I had a resume.
You can't fake what you do. You can't fake experience. But
Don't worry, I tweaked it a lot. I did.
you can make it sound better.
I did, but
That's so funny. And I also host a podcast, so I use it for my entire outline. And I'm like, they were my ideas. They're my brainchild. But I just put the prompt in, and, you know, so I don't think it's like totally inauthentic.
Yeah, no. Like you have to put something in for it to give you something else.
Exactly.
So, like,
it can't pull it out of thin air.
Yeah.
to be smart enough to know what to put in to get the right result out of it.
So what are your goals for the cheer team this year?
Oh my gosh. My goals for this year would be, one, I really want to see more interaction with our student section and like our crowd, between the crowd and the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Like I think, I don't know, at the end of the year, if I see that culture has shifted, I will be like, that's a success for the year. No matter what we do at competitions or state or whatnot, that will be a success in my book. Just to, you know, to mold that a little better, to like hype that up where we're a thing now. Like it is very cool to be a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And then obviously a second goal would be to improve our placement at state. Top 3.
Top 3 would be great.
Preferably.
Yeah, state was a little tragic last year. It was very sad.
Okay.
You guys worked really hard, and it happens. And honestly,
Yeah.
it's like it kind of has to happen. You have to hit that
go
position to go up, to get the drive and the determination to be like, no, next year we will be better.
Yeah.
I made a whole documentary in Willie's class about like the downfall of school spirit, especially recently.
Really?
Yeah, so it's on our YouTube. I like interviewed like the activities director and the principal and like a bunch of like sports, and I was like even I did it, and I was like, it's not as fun cheering when you're just cheering towards no one saying anything back.
No, or
Not
no
at
student
all.
section.
Yeah, like there's
Went
4
to a couple
people there.
basketball games. I was like, oh, where are they?
Right?
They're not
clips,
here.
There's B-roll in there of there being 4 students in the student section.
Really?
That's crazy.
It's so sad. And I know that a lot of people are like, well, we're in so many things, and we're here and we're there. And I was like, but that hasn't shifted. That hasn't changed.
my gosh,
Let's be honest. You guys are at home watching Netflix right now, or you're on your phone scrolling on TikTok. You're not at the games.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and like even like parents of like kids who graduated and stuff, like it's gonna take everyone
Yeah.
to get more people to come, not
Well,
just the students. So.
And there's also like so many kids that aren't
Yeah.
involved in
There's
everything
a lot
that
of kids
don't
too.
come.
Oh,
So
yeah.
like they have literally no excuse to not come. It's so aggravating.
yeah. We noticed that, of course. And it's not like, it's not like
The
we need to-
cheerleader's job.
Yeah,
to,
it's
like,
not the
get
cheerleader's
people
job
to
to
come. But I think there's like, and I know Mr. McCoy really wants to like, what did he call it? The dog pack. Has
Yeah.
he started the dog pack?
He's told me about it a few times.
Okay.
Like a person from each sport. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's such a great
I
idea.
agree.
too.
To just like draw people to more things. And then if one person goes, I mean, they're going to bring a friend. Like I would have never gone by myself. I would have brought at least 3 people.
Yeah.
You know? So there's 4 right there.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the student section.
Well, one thing that I mentioned in my interview, and I think this probably stuck with them a little bit, is that everybody's waiting for somebody else to do it. Like nobody's going because it's like they're waiting for somebody else to do it. And then once their friend decides to go, somebody has to stand up and make the decision that they're going to go and they're going to do it. But they're all waiting for somebody else to do that. And also, like when I was mentioning to them is our cheerleaders, I was like, sometimes they can go in a culture and they can get hardened. Like, have you ever heard of like the egg and the coffee bean? Like, so if you put an egg into boiled water, just stay with me. If you put an egg in boiled water, it gets hard, right? Like, so if you put the cheerleaders in hot water in the school and nobody likes them and there's no spirit or whatever, they get hardened and and then there's like a disconnect between them and the crowd and they feel that. And I felt it. I'm not throwing jabs at you guys. I know. But I felt how you guys got a little hard. And you're protecting your heart. I get it. You're like, hey, they're not cheering back to me, and I'm just going to, like, not care. And whereas I told him that I would be more like the coffee bean, where you go into boiled water, and the water doesn't change you, you change the water, right? Yeah. You girls are going to be the ones going into school being like, I'm not going to be hardened by you got your lack of spirit or whatever your comments are. I'm going to change the culture around me, and everybody's going to be like, why? Okay, I guess why not cheer with them? Why not chant? Like, why not have fun at this game we came to?
Well, and I don't know why everybody, like, thinks it's, like, such a big deal to, like, call back the cheers. Like, that's, like, the whole point of us standing in front of the student section. Yeah. Is for you guys to participate with us. So why are you not saying it?
It's fun. We'll go sit in the student section. We'll call back.
Really loudly. I will be louder than the entire student section. Guaranteed. Same.
Well, and like football season is pretty good, but like as soon as it hits like winter sports, it's awful. There's no one. Like volleyball's not bad either, but like basketball, wrestling's actually pretty good, but that's because we're good at wrestling. Yeah. But like we also don't do cheers that we call back at wrestling. We're just smacking on the mat. So
Is that a reason though? And that's hard when the team is having a rough year, a rough season. We all have them. Is that part of the reason you believe that the lack of support, if they see, which kind of sucks, guys. Yeah. Like, come on, school. Like, just because somebody's going through a hard season, where's your lack of encouragement or where's your support? Like, so if they're a winning team, you're going to show up and you're going to start.
See, I think that's part of it, but also like, if you want people to come to your sport that's not very good, then why are you not going to their sport? I don't know. I have very strong feelings about this.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys like really see this because me and Reagan have like.
We just get so angry because it's like, I don't understand why you people don't want to participate. Like, you're in high school for one period of time in your life. Like, why are you not doing these things? You'll never get to do it again.
Literally, like, every single one of our activities that we're in, I feel like we've been working at, like, getting people involved. Like, Reagan with cheering and then us with, like, Bulldog Productions. Even with, like, student council, we've been having to work with, like, student involvement. The fact that it's literally in every single activity just shows how bad it is.
Well, recently. And we had a mascot at probably 2 football games, and that was it.
Nobody wants to be the mascot suit,
and nobody wants to do it.
Does it have to be a high schooler?
No.
Okay, I was like, side up my husband. He would do it.
Literally was gonna be onto your mind.
I think either one of our husbands would be like, yes. I'll teach mine a backflip. He'll do it.
We got a new suit too, so it doesn't even stink anymore. So
good. It is probably been used
like 3 times.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Man. We'll find one. Absolutely.
Yeah, so
let's have like little tryouts.
If you want to be the mascot, please contact us. Where's the camera?
It can be a secret. We can have a reveal at the end of the school year of who the mascot was.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. So I was going to say something along the lines of student involvement and how it's it's everything. Sometimes you have to give them a reason to be involved, and that would be a reason. Like, they have to. Nowadays, it feels like everybody's attention span, and I'm not jabbing on everybody because it's mine too, is like 3 seconds long. It's as long as it can take me to watch a TikTok video, and it's like, if you grab my attention, I'm there for like 10 more seconds, and then I'm like nexting it, and it's the same thing here. It's like, why do they want to spend 2 hours going and watching a basketball game? They also get bored. Mm-hmm. Like, look how many people are on their phone and within like 3 minutes and not even watching.
Well, and we, like, try to do stuff specifically, like, for the board. Like, I made stuff that says what our cheers say, and, like, the whole fight song, I wrote the entire thing out that we can put up on the board. and we like do like cams where we do like mullet cam or like dab cam.
Yeah.
And still
That's
nobody wants to
hilarious.
participate.
We do so many crowd involvement things that we can't use because there's never a crowd.
And we try, like, I was talking to McCoy once. I was like, what if we did like a basketball shoot off with like all like the elementary school mascots? So then all the elementary school kids would come.
Yes.
It's like,
That'd be so
know,
fun. That's a
Plains
great idea.
does little flyers
Yeah.
and they'll put it in their backpack and be like, my son, we've gone to a couple Mid Plains games just for that.
Yeah.
They're like free and admission for elementary, and then there's like a little shoot off, like a game of knockout during halftime or something, and getting them involved. That's a great idea.
That is a great
we
idea.
just need to, we're going to work really hard this year because senior year is not going to be a flop.
Yeah.
No.
Well, also even when we went to the Maxwell basketball game, they had this like little duck thing.
Oh, yeah,
where you
Chuck a
could-
Duck.
Yeah,
you
you
like
could,
donated money.
Yeah, and like buy a duck and like throw it in the middle, and like whoever got like closest like got a prize or something. And like that
was so fun.
It was fun. Like it was the most random thing, but it was fun.
And
that
it's like,
sounds fun.
That's
Chaz
really
just all
fun.
little stuff like that.
I feel like we did that actually.
So,
once
like-
in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
My memories of like high school basketball games are just amazing. Like they were like packed. If you didn't get there before the game, you had no place to sit.
Well, and like my boyfriend goes to St. Pat's, and obviously St. Pat's they're pretty good at basketball, but their entire gym is full. Like especially when they play like Hershey, like there is nowhere
like,
to
you
sit,
cannot
and it's
find a
like a
spot.
trillion degrees in there, and you're dying of heat because you're packed in there like sardines.
But honestly, I feel like even if their basketball team wasn't as good, they're just like a community.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like, they all know each other, their community, and I just want us to get to that point because it's not like we're too big of a school to be community.
Yeah.
Because we can be.
Well,
we
and
just
it's
need to
like the
get
same
there.
thing. All the kids' parents who's graduated year ago, 2 years ago,
Yeah.
are still there. Like,
We just need to get to that point.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should ask them for some tips.
It's such a unique situation though, because I know there is St. Pat's, but like you guys are the high school here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm from Lincoln, so I went to Lincoln Southwest, and like that's one of 10 high schools. And so just to like, you would just think if you are the high school, like
It would be big.
Maybe that's
You
what
know.
it is. Maybe since there's only there's one big high school, it's like nobody cares. So it's like not like we're like competing with any other schools. It's not like we have a rivalry.
Well, we have like with Kearney, but like I guess it's not enough.
Yeah.
yeah, but you would think like the whole town would like go to the basketball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's only really one
High school.
Yeah.
Well, let's be honest. It goes back to that. At one, everybody thinks somebody else is going to do it, or somebody else is going. And two, I mean, we're getting like lazy. And I also think, like it's true. It's like
I
they're-
said that in
they're getting
my
lazy.
video,
They
and
wanna
Willie
go
said that people
home.
are gonna get mad at me, and I
But
said, but it's true.
Like we need to be truthful. Like
I don't have any kids in basketball or volleyball or any of the sports. And this was before I even applied to be the cheerleading coach. And my butt was in the stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was, because why not? It's a Friday night
Yeah.
or a Saturday. And
Well, and what else is there better to do in North Platte? My grandpa and his friends come. Like,
They're sitting at home watching Love is
Yeah.
Blind. Okay, maybe I did that a couple times.
do you want to tell us a little bit more of what you guys do outside of cheer?
You can go
Sure.
first.
Yeah.
Her
So
job's cool.
I'm a physical therapist at Sandhills Physical Therapy. So I've been there for almost 2 years. So I treat pretty much anything from, your knee pain to back pain to, I have people post strokes. I have kids, and I don't know. I've probably had at Sandhills probably like 7 years old to I think my oldest patient's been 94.
oh goodness.
So you never quite know what you're going to get that day. It keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. But I've been treating gymnasts a little bit, which is really fun. So you get to just screen some injuries and just give them a couple exercises that might help with their pain. So it's not necessarily like treating, it's more of a screening process. And let's see here, what else do I do? I really like to run. I like to run. And I really like to ski. So
Ooh.
yes, a couple winter ski trips and
So,
hiking trips, and yeah, let's see here.
You're
I'm
married?
I'm
Yep.
married, and let's see here. I have a 1-year-old black lab puppy.
What's his name?
His name's Chief.
Oh, cute.
He's the best.
he's so adorable.
He makes my day every day. But yeah, that's about it.
I do nutrition coaching online. So I have my own business. So I work on an app and I coach mainly bodybuilders because Fun fact, I am a bodybuilder. And I also host my own podcast called Girl Science.
Ooh.
And me and my bestie, who is also a bikini competitor, her and I do it together. And we just talk all gym talk. And then I am a mom of 3. So I have a 12-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a 4-year-old. And then married to Justin Kemper. He works at Zellers. And he's a North Platte native, so he went to school here too. Got a lot to say about the basketball team because he was on it. I have a mini doodle.
Ooh.
And
Oh my
she's
gosh.
adorable.
I want one so bad. They're like the perfect dogs.
They're little, like I saw this reel, they're definitely overrated. Like it is so expensive to own her and to like groom her every like week. It's a lot, but she's adorable. She has an underbite and it's even cuter.
I have a Saint Bernoodle. She's a Saint Bernard poodle mix, and she's huge. But we have to get her groomed. Like in the summer, she has to be fully shaved, or else she'll be fully matted because her hair is so long and she's so fluffy.
I want to see her. I love that.
I'll show you a picture.
You're like
later.
any doodle. Any doodle.
Yeah,
Give me.
I love doodles.
Me too. I didn't tell you we're getting. Oh, I just unplugged my headphones.
One moment,
I
technical
got so
difficulties.
excited about
It's okay. That's never happened to
Yeah, I
us
was just
before.
about to say that. You're the first.
because I got so excited because I'm getting a new puppy. Really? Yes. I feel like it's time to announce that.
What kind?
So we're like, it's either a baby or a puppy, and I want a puppy. So he is already born. He's ready. We're gonna pick him up in 2 weeks, and he's a German Shepherd, and his name is Bane. He's like all dark with only like brown eyebrows. He's so cool.
Can't wait to meet him.
I know. I'll bring him to practice one morning.
I asked my husband, I was like, maybe we should get a bulldog. I'm like, it's just kind of fitting. We could get a Frenchie. They kind of.
Spatansky has a bulldog.
He does.
Yeah.
That
It
you
just
know
seems
what?
right.
That fits.
Yeah,
That fits.
He is a bulldog. Willie tried to convince us that he had a bulldog tattoo, but he made that up. So
Oh wait, that's not true. I thought that was
no,
true.
that's not true.
I was gonna say something. Oh, I want a puppy so bad, like so bad, but my dad won't let me because I have a dog that has autism.
Is that a thing?
No,
I don't know.
So
It's- okay.
he's like
I don't know if it's actually a thing, but like there's just no way he doesn't. Like he's slow.
he pees on his leg. Like he doesn't
like,
lift
he doesn't
his
know
leg.
how to lift his leg. Like he lifts it.
Well, he was like outside forever.
We rescued him, and he was off the
so
streets.
he doesn't know.
But yeah, so I'm gonna have to see these new puppies because I need to live vicariously through somebody else because my dad won't let me.
I'll bring him. I'll show
Okay,
you guys.
good.
But you definitely should get a bulldog because that makes so much sense. And I will never get a bulldog. I can't stand. I wouldn't be able to because we go on way too many hikes up the mountain. I'd be like, it'd be like breathing like.
So do we. Yeah, I don't know that it would be a good fit for me. But
I was gonna say you're a lab person. What are you talking about?
I know.
They're so cute though. But do you want to talk about your Meredith, your previous experience being a cheerleader?
I would love to. So I cheered for Nebraska for 4 years, and it was the best days of my life. It was so much fun, not just because of cheer, but just
see the
college
highlight
in
reel
general.
going across
It
your
was just it just went all the way through my head. Yes. So I was. Let's see here. I was the only freshman on the team my first year, and so it was kind of a unique experience because going through, I was the only one in my class. So. I was a captain my junior and senior year, so that was really fun and good for me and really helped me to learn how to develop, the younger generations coming up because at Nebraska, especially at that time, because there was no stunting or tumbling because someone had previously been very injured. So I was during the years when that was still not allowed. It came back the year after I graduated. I was so sad, but that's okay. But so tradition is a huge thing there just because we didn't have the stunting and tumbling. Like everything had to be perfect. So all the fight songs date back to like the original ones. There's 4 of them. And so it's all about, how sharp you are and how precise and every motion's hit perfectly. And I don't know if you've probably never heard of the Husker step, but you do a little, it's almost like a toe tap while you're doing each fight song. And it's just all about being exactly together and all about timing when I was there. So it was fun. I loved it so much. Yeah, that's probably more than you wanted to hear. But
I think that's so cool.
No,
like
that's amazing.
yeah, especially that you're coming back and like coaching cheer now. It's
yeah, it's really
cool.
It's been so much fun. Jacob's like, I feel like you really needed this. I did really, I did really need this. Yeah, because I wanted to do PT just for gymnasts and cheerleaders, but then we moved to North Platte, and I was like, yeah, that that dream might not be fulfilled. So now I'm just, it's fun to be back in that community.
Yeah.
So,
Abby, do you want to tell us about your previous experience with coaching?
Yeah. So, just coaching.
Well, cheer that too. Everything.
So, actually, full disclosure, I'm a dancer. I was a dancer through and through my entire life since I was like 3 years old. And I graduated high school and went straight to LA to dance and tried my best, to shoot my shot and like be famous. Tried out for a lot of gigs, a lot of companies, dance companies. I've danced with some professional dancers, and I've danced out all at Millennial Dance Complex, Debbie Reynolds Studio. You name it. I've been there in LA, and then came back to Nebraska and started coaching the dance team. And then while I was coaching the dance team, I was, I don't know how you say it. The only word I can think of is poached, but it's not that word. I was approached, not poached, and asked to join a dance studio locally here in North Platte. And I was asked to coach their all-star team because I was also a cheerleader in high school, through high school. And so, sure, like I was like, heck yeah, I'll learn. Like I didn't really know stunts either. So I went to Wisconsin and I trained and was taught how to do all the stunts. So I was certified, came back, brought the first year I was coaching the All-Stars, we won 2 national championship titles. I've choreographed every single one of their routines. I still travel and choreograph. I've been to Kansas, Colorado, Wyoming. I can't remember else right now, but I've coached and choreographed routines for state all over. And that's what we talked about too, that I was like, I'm very, very comfortable choreographing our own state routine. Very comfortable and confident that we can do a winning routine. And and then I was here. I guess that's where I wrapped up.
Mm-hmm. That makes me excited about like our pep rally routines and stuff too.
Oh, they're going to be so fun.
Yeah. Last year they were pretty fun, but like Rionica made them. I love Rionica, but sometimes she gets a little confused about what she's teaching us.
Well, it
is hard. It's hard to go from doing it to teaching it. Yeah. I will never forget that. Like my junior year, when you're going from just like doing the motions to when you're breaking down every step of it. Yeah. It's so different and it's so slow. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh God, what comes next? When you're doing it slowly, it's hard.
Especially in the fight song, like when we do it in the mornings, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I even doing? Like, it's just in my brain. Like, I can't remember how to go.
Yeah, and what comes next, I don't know. But when the music's playing, I know what comes next. Yeah.
Well, that was like the divide. That's kind of when I figured out that I'm actually better at like choreographing and coaching. That's kind of where my love fell. And that's actually where I went from trying to be the dancer in LA to being like, I'm going to be... Oh, I didn't tell you. I did open my own studio before I was approached to doing it to teaching it, because I was like, there's like a gap there, and maybe I love this more. I love coaching and choreography. I like creating the vision and being the one to be like, no, you over here, instead of like the one learning. Yeah. Because I don't know if that makes sense. Like I like to.
Well, and especially like with our state routine, it's going to be a lot easier for you guys to fix it than having to have like choreographers come in every 2 weeks and like pay $1 trillion for them to give us 4 hours.
The money we're saving is going to our cheer mats.
Going to the mats. Almost halfway there if we do it ourselves.
If we do not get a choreographer, we will be halfway to the mats.
Yeah. So we're just gonna go for it. Perfect. Not just gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it. It's gonna be great.
All right. Do you guys have any other advice for any cheerleaders? Anybody who wants to do the things that you guys do?
Anyone in high school, just anyone in general. Anyone who's going to watch this.
Do you have any? I always have advice. I feel
You can go first.
like a walking fortune
you can
cookie.
go first.
As Reagan said, you only have these years one time in your life. Like you are only in this moment right here, right now, one time, and make the most of it. And so if there's something that you've been wanting to do, or if cheerleading is something you want to try, or any other club or sport or wherever you want to go, do it, because you'll never get these years back. And I'm not saying that these are your glory days, because I don't like that either. You have so many good days ahead of you and so many big wins and great things, and you'll do great things. But just as an opportunity, this is your one time. So really seize these moments right here, and don't be afraid of making a fool out of yourself, because I think life is too serious. I think we all need to make fun of ourselves a little bit more, have a little bit more fun, and
Yeah, it goes really well off that. I was just going to say, don't let fear hold you back. Like, try new things. If you want to go out for a team, go out for the team. Who cares if if you've never done it before? They might find a spot on the team for you, like, because you're going to regret that later in life if you don't go for it now, especially like when you get to college, or not that everybody, but things are just so much larger scale there. Like, go for it here while you're in your safe community with your friends and family around. Like,
and your parents are
do
paying
the
for
scary
it.
things now so that you're confident doing things later.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have one more.
Okay.
One more, and this is for any of the males in the school. We're looking for you. We know you're out there, and we know that you saw our post and you were like, you had this little nudge in your heart, and you're like, that could be me. It is you, and we want you. And it's not too late. You can still approach us for competition team. If there is fear of being in front of your student body, we get it. But you can also join the competition team, and I promise you won't have to be in front of your student body. But the thing is, you have so many college scholarships waiting for you, and they're just like right there for you to grab, any single one of them. Your pick of colleges. You can get. They're just right. There's so many.
Yeah,
Like, why not?
for sure.
All right, guys, if you want to be a male cheerleader, you know who to talk to.
Or a mascot.
Or a mascot.
Yeah.
We need the muscle.
We could use multiple mascots.
Yeah, we do
mean,
have 2 mascot suits, so
Yeah, and you don't have to go to every, like, if they
No.
can trade.
No, they can
off.
trade. Yeah, that'd be
Perfect.
awesome.
All right, thank you guys so much
yeah,
for coming
thank
on
you
the
so
pod.
much for joining us.
Thanks for having
Girls
us.
for having us.
See you later, Bulldog Banter.
Bye.